What's up, New Covenant? My name is Gabriel Cyprian. I just recently graduated from high school, and I'm going to talk to you about my journey.
Hey everyone, my name is Raven Hughes, and I'm currently a student at the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. I am a student majoring in business with a concentration in management.
Hi, I am Sharika, and my family has been going to New Covenant for a very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through my process from high school to now.
Hi, New Covenant, this is Stephen Johnson. I'm currently employed with Grady Health Systems, and I'll be going to Georgia State in the fall, and this is my story.
High school was not easy, but it was not impossible because I graduated by the grace of God. It wasn't easy because at that time, I'd say like 10th grade, junior year, now, I was just acting up. I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. I was talking back to my parents and all that. And you know, it was just a rough time for me. It was like a cycle where I would keep getting in trouble, And it's like my parents would always have to sit me down and talk to me. And they'd be like, when are you gonna stop? You know, it's like, they were just looking at like, what are you doing, dude? It's like, come on. And one day the light bulb just clicked and I got it. And you know, I just got my act up, started getting more into the word, and you know, now I graduated, and so it's just amazing. I'm glad I had plenty of people there along the way to help me and lead me and guide me and bring me to this. But ultimately, I had to put in the work myself. You know, they gave me guidance. I had a lot of mentors, but ultimately, it was down to me to complete the work and you know, just go out there and put the pedal to the metal and grind and get it.
Some challenges that I faced were just trying to put my head into everything because I am a person who likes to be heavily involved on campus and off campus. So in my university, I'm involved in a lot of different organizations because I want to be heavily involved in my community, helping to make a difference. So I just have to learn how to balance everything while also being in school so I can achieve my good grades and keep my grades up, just to apply for scholarships and to better myself when I do graduate, because upon graduation, I do want to get my master's in business marketing.
Some of the biggest challenges I faced going from high school to college. In high school, I was trying to live up to other people's expectations and not live up to my fullest potential. And that transitioned over to college. There was a great detriment to me because it wore me down and it made me lose sight of my goals.
I went to Lithonia High School. I graduated there, and after high school, I did 1 year at Georgia State. I ultimately really wanted to go to Georgia Tech, but I didn't get in, so Georgia State was the plan B. So I went to Georgia State and I did all of my liberals, well, a year of my liberals, which eventually in my head was gonna transfer over to Georgia Tech. But deep down in my heart, I really wanted to live in New York. So I said, I'm gonna go for the summer and see how it is. So I went to New York to pursue my career in modeling. And things started picking up, things were going good. And then I said, I'm gonna take a semester off. Let's see how it goes. So I took a semester off and things continued to pick up. And then I stayed. I didn't come back, and New York was my new home. I continued to model, things continued to pick up. The agency wasn't really pushing me the way that I wanted. I have very high expectations for myself as far as image, as far as clients, as far as how I wanted to be portrayed in the market, and it wasn't what I had in mind. So I said, I'm gonna take a break from modeling and I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my plan A, and I'm going back to school. So I applied to all the schools in New York that had architecture, and I got into only one school, which I was okay with because it was Parsons, and that's the school that I really wanted to go to. So at that point, I had to make a decision. Am I gonna stop college and continue modeling? Am I gonna drop modeling and continue school? So I said, modeling's gonna have to wait. I'm gonna focus on school. So I finished my 4 years and I obtained my BFA in architectural design from Parsons, the New School of Design. And after school, I went back to modeling. So it has always been a flip-flop between my plan A and plan B, but I think the most important thing is that you're moving forward. As long as you're propelling forward and you're not sitting still, I think you're on your way to your destiny.
Well, because of some of the challenges I faced in college, I had to come back home, which was kind of hard for me because I was so used to being independent for so long. Then I had to get into the workforce, which I wasn't really used to. I always worked in very different environments, more easy environments, and then I had to get a grown man job. And I had to go, I work for Grady now, and that was an experience for me having to deal with actual people and not campers or anything like that. So the transition from a very independent life to a very dependent life was hard for me, as well as a very carefree life to a very, very dedicated to work and dedicated to my future life.
Upon graduation from high school, I did receive the first annual New Covenant Christian Ministry Scholarship. I feel it is very important to apply for any type of scholarships because we all know there's all types of money out there because college is very expensive, whether you are in-state and out-of-state, and I am out-of-state in North Carolina. So I feel that it is very important for you to apply for scholarships. What I did my freshman year, I applied for a scholarship every week or every 2 weeks because it is very important because the costs do add up. You don't think of things like books and the athletic fee and everything you have to pay for when you do graduate high school, so it does add up. So it's very important to search anywhere online to just apply for scholarships.
I would tell anybody that's about to go into higher learning to get a scholarship. It's so important, not just to relieve the stress of payment, but to just make sure that your parents don't have to stress themselves out by going and having to do extra for you. Take care of your family like they've taken care of you for the vast majority of your years. It's very important that you strive to do greatness and be recognized for it. And one of the best ways to be recognized for greatness is getting a scholarship to any institution that you want to get a scholarship to.
I'm a current recipient of the New Covenant Achiever Scholarship. Shout out to New Covenant. Thank you, Pastor Bill and Dr. D. Love y'all. Important thing about scholarships, go for it. It's free money. College is very expensive. So, and don't just stop at New Covenant Achiever Scholarship. Look at other scholarships. There are plenty of scholarships out there, you know what I'm saying? Like Mary said, go get it, hey, get it, hey. Go get your blessing. So go get it, man.
So as far as social media, you have to be very careful of the content that you post because as much as you think it's just for your friends at school or your cousins or your family just to check you out, businesses are watching. Businesses are looking at what you post. Businesses are looking at who you hang out with. Businesses are looking at your inner circle. So you have to be very aware of what you post. Are you just posting selfies? Is that what you want people to see you as? Using social media as your brand is very important, and making sure that your content is consistent and that you're really using it to your benefit. Unfortunately, that's where the world is going. That's where society is going, is social media. So engaging people as far as your YouTube channel or your Twitter or your Facebook or your Snapchat or whatever it is that you use, just make sure that whatever it is that you're putting out, that is what you want everyone to see, because people can now record screens and people can save photos and screenshot, and what you thought was something little silly or little funny, like people will save that and they have it and it's archived. Whatever you put out there, it's out there. So make sure that what you're putting out is always representing your brand, always representing your future, and always representing how you want to be represented to everyone else around you.
Social media is a good platform, and sometimes it can be not so good platform. You just have to know who you are. Don't try to be like anybody else. You stay true to yourself. Be authentic. Don't try to be a prototype or a copy of somebody else. Be original.
I believe social media can be a friend and a foe. I believe it can be a friend because in this day and age, social media is so prominent in our lives, whether it's our social life or work life. Many businesses now use social media because it is such a way to get into the young people, because most people grow up with social media nowadays. I believe it can be a foe because many people do not know how to communicate effectively or network. As I learned at my university, networking is very important, and you cannot always network on social media. It's very important to network in person. So I believe it can be a foe that way, just because the new generation coming up does not really know how to effectively communicate in person. They know how to effectively communicate through text message or on an app such as Instagram or Twitter.
A lot of people think that social media is either good or bad, friend or foe. Personally, I think it all depends on how you use social media. Social media can be an outlet for great things. It can also be an outlet for, bringing people down. We see so much cyberbullying and things like that out in the world, but we also see inspirational posts and everything like that. So it's a tool to be used, but it depends on how you use the tool. If you use the tool for great things, it'll be a great tool. If you use the tool for bad things, it'll be a bad tool. Is college for everyone? I say it like this: the institution of college isn't for everyone, but the institution of education is for everyone. Well, no matter what field you plan on going in, you need a higher understanding of what you're going into so you can be the best qualified to do the job that you do. And whether that's at college or a technical school or a practice of any sort, you need to get a higher understanding of what you want to do so you can be the best at your job that you can possibly be. Personally, I plan on going back to college because it fits right into what I need to do. It's a great tool for me to use to get a high understanding of the field I want to go into. And whatever brings you closer to your goal in terms of what you want to do with your career is good for you. In this case, education is good for everybody, but the institution of college is not for everybody.
Even though I am a student in a university, I believe college may not be for everyone. Also, it may not be for everyone as soon as they graduate high school, because some people just need to get their thoughts and their lives together, and they don't want to just rush and not have their foundation together and their mindset in the right place.
As far as college, I would say college is not for everyone. And I know some parents are probably going to be like, don't say that. But it's really not. There are certain careers I will say you need college. If you want to be a doctor, yes, college is for you. If you want to be a lawyer, yes, it's for you. But I think our curriculum now is very outdated, and there's not enough courses on entrepreneurship and how you can create your own business and how you can make a business from the ground up and also be successful doing it. Entrepreneurship is an alternative. I'm not saying it's an easy alternative because I am an entrepreneur as well, but school is not for everyone. But knowing that there is another alternative sometimes is a great option for the creative, for the web designer, for even the realtor, for the fashion designer, for anyone that wants to start up their own business or career. Entrepreneurship is an option.
Mentors and friends. Mentors are very, very much needed. You know what I'm saying? Try to have a mentor, somebody who's been there before, and they can just teach you and lead you and guide you. I've had a lot of mentors, but one of the mentors that really helped me and was really impactful to me was my tutor, my math tutor. So, she really helped me, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of days where it was like tug and pull, where it was like, ugh, it's like, why don't you get it? But, she really helped me throughout everything, and she was very helpful and beneficial to me. And because of her, I passed math with like an 86, so it's awesome. Friends, friends is a real vital and key. You really gotta keep the right people around you, have good counsel around you, you know what I'm saying? You can't just have anybody around you. I have a lot of good friends that helped me, and we helped each other in this walk with high school and all that. It's been hard, but we kept close together, and we had a mindset, we had a goal. We talked about what we wanted to do in life and what our goals were. You know what I'm saying? We encouraged each other and kept going. We graduated high school. Now we're all heading into college and looking forward to walking our purpose.
I've had all sorts of mentors. I've had Pastor K, Tony Fields, my father, and I'll say that learning from them has helped me understand that there's somebody else out there who is going through what I've been through. And not just from them, but from my friends as well. When I select friends, I look at how they'll act when I need their help, or when I really am in need of some good advice or some good correction, will they really tell that to me? A lot of us, we have friends on Facebook, and we have friends that we never really even met before or really don't have a relationship with. You need to find those close people. The older I get, the smaller my circle is, because I realize that there are people not only on a friendship level, but on a maturity level. You need to find mature friends that'll correct you when you need correcting and help you when you need help and give you good advice and good counsel. And so your friends can become your mentors, but also have that one designated person that can come to you and tell you what you need to do.
Having a mentor can definitely be very beneficial, but I think picking your mentor is also very important. The right mentor for you. It's not just a psychologist. It's not just someone that you can talk to. It can be an older brother. It can be a relative. It can be a mother or father. It can be God. It can be whoever you feel that can definitely help you or guide you. But selecting a mentor has to be someone that's going to be real with you. And you have to also understand that you have to be open-minded and allowing your mentor to kind of mold you, because they've already been through experiences. They've already dealt with a lot of things that you've dealt with. So applying the things that they're going to tell you to your life so that you don't make the same mistakes. Also understanding that your mentor can have connections. Connections are great, especially when we live in a world where it's all about who you know. Who does your mentor know? What field do they work in? Do they work in a field that you want to work in? If you want to work in film, is your mentor a producer, director? Is it your teacher? Is it someone in your school that can help you? You know, you always have to be very selective about who you include in your inner circle. And as speaking about your inner circle, choosing your friends is very, very important, because the people that you hang out with, when you're not with them, they're also a reflection of you. So what are they doing? Are they motivated? Are they moving forward? Are you guys helping each other? You know, friends are supposed to be people that you can lean on, someone that you can have fun with, someone that will be there when no one else is there. Selecting your friends is definitely a very important part of life, an important part of moving forward and growing yourself. And a lot of times people say surround yourself around people that you can learn from, but I think it's also very important to surround yourself around people that you can help as well. It's not always about leveling up, you know, it's always also about helping people around you.
The best piece of advice I can give to our young people is just to follow your dreams. Don't let anyone influence you to do anything you do not feel would help you and be beneficial for the rest of your life. I myself have learned that nobody else can make decisions for what I want to do for the rest of my life, so I'm going to do it the way I want to do it and be happy. Whether there are consequences, I would have to deal with them because it is my life.
So the best piece of advice that I can give anyone would be, do not compare yourself to others, because you do not know what they went through to get where they are. You don't know what they're still doing. You don't know their struggle, and you don't know their path and their destiny. We're all individuals. We all have our own purpose and our own destiny. So focus on yourself, because the more time that you spend focusing on what she's doing and what he's doing and why you don't have what they have, that's less time that you could be focusing on how you can better yourself, how you can get your things in order, how you can align for your destiny and your purpose.
I think the best advice I've received is preparing for your future. Prepare for your future, not just prepare for it in a way that just benefits you, yourself in the future, but a way that it'll impact your children and your children's children because of the decisions that you made. I think a lot of the decisions I'm making now that I'm older have less to do with me and more to do with, you know, my plans for my life and for my future family. The older that you get, the more you have to stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about what you really want to do. The best advice I could give a young person at this point is don't waste your time. You have the potential to do so many great things, and so much of our time is wasted on what the world, the distractions of the world and what they want us to do. But we have to figure out what's really going to benefit us in the long run. And a lot of times we waste our time with so much, you know, Facebook, Instagram, all these distractions. But at the end of the day, you need to get your education, you need to get a job, you need to prepare for your future. And being on all this other stuff is really just not a good use of your time.
If you don't remember anything else I said, remember this. Enjoy your high school experience. Well, enjoy your experience with school because you're not young forever. Learn from your mistakes and grow from them, and always keep God at the forefront. I'm Gabe Cyprian. That's a wrap.
It's Raven Hughes, your favorite Aggie, and I'm out.
I'm Sharika, and that's a wrap.
This is Stephen Johnson. Thank you so much for listening, and blessings on you.